Does everybody know that the reason we didn't do our podcast is because we've been separated for the past 5 months?
Not true.
Totally true. We've been
4 months.
It's the Jack
And Kathy
Show.
Shit Show.
and there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like
I
that
think
one?
I think if yeah.
Okay. No. That's not true.
Tell everyone you said you
We
needed a
gave
break.
birth.
You needed a break. Your exact words were, I need a break.
Not
I need
quite.
to eat, pray, and love.
You hate that book.
Hate it.
We gave birth
We did.
to a condo in Chicago.
We did.
Yes.
And we had no time. But we built a
When
studio.
was the last time we did it?
January. December.
December.
End of
yeah.
year.
We closed on the new condo in Chicago December 4th. And we really have been
We haven't stopped since.
no. And
it's
actually
May.
we've been really inconsistent for like a year, right?
The podcast?
Yeah.
No, we were on a roll last year. We were actually doing much better. Out of 52 weeks, we did 37 episodes or 40 episodes, which is good when you factor in vacations and travel schedules for work and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we built a studio. I mean, there's a lot that happened from. We've really what is the look?
You've started 3 sentences and finished none of them.
Okay,
Go.
Which one did I start first? Because I forgot. There's a lot racing through my head, and I'm trying to speak slowly and confidently and articulately. We have been incredibly busy with work, with selling the house, with getting the new condo, with grandchildren being born, second one now, with the second condo, which we converted into our own condo, and then we rented out the first condo.
We have squeezed in 10 lives into our 5 years together.
Shit
Show. Shit show.
So
We don't stop. You know, our families think we are nuts.
we are fucking nuts.
I wasn't nuts.
Oh, really?
What?
And then you look at the camera.
What?
Don't fuck with the autofocus. As if smiling fucks with it. So
Remain expressionless?
we have truly taken on a lot, and the details are important. So let's go through those.
Okay, let's. I feel like we're in a business meeting all of a sudden. So let's go through those. Let's review. I'll start this meeting.
I'm trying to explain to the board why, because let's be honest now. The podcast was incredibly profitable for us. I mean, it was a side hustle that we could have made a primary hustle if we kept it up.
We could have retired. but we
Incredibly
chose
profitable.
Not to.
My mom listening to it over and over and over again helped us.
Even when she's not home,
When she's not home,
she just leaves it on.
helped us
Loop.
considerably.
She loops
But we didn't even have
24/7.
We didn't even have a studio. That's my point. We just minutes ago put pictures on the wall here. Just minutes ago.
Yeah, it took the last 2 hours, I think, to put this shit on the wall.
So is it any surprise then that we haven't been able to focus on we don't even have the other camera set up yet. So we didn't even have a studio. So try to record and all that other kind of stuff was virtually impossible. And
Yeah. It was.
maintaining this is a flex that sounds like a complaint, but it's really a flex. We have 3 properties.
Yes.
We have a residence in Wisconsin, a nice condo now. We sold our beautiful home, and we moved into one of the condos that you owned before we met. And this isn't even finished. There's work to do here.
Oh gosh, yeah. There's
Like
work
even
to do
even
here.
this studio, if you were to turn around and see what we're looking at, there's shit all over the floor. The office, which we had cleaned up for a hot minute when my sister and mother came up, is a train wreck. Mm-hmm. There is one picture in our bedroom Our bedroom is big, and it's got a king-size bed, and over the king-size bed is a 12 by 8 picture that's on an
I
angle.
was playing with scale.
It's on an angle.
Yeah, it's cricket.
And it's not from all the banging that we're doing. You know what I mean? Where it's knocked it off the wall. Because we're not even doing that. Because we're so busy. That was a hallmark of our relationship, was the banging.
The hallmark. That's all we have.
That's all we had.
That
After the love. But seriously, if you think about it, when have we had a chance just to sit like this? We really haven't. And if y'all can appreciate, does anyone give a shit about our fucking trials and no one listens to this podcast anyway. It's just for us. Who cares?
It's true. It's true.
But I will tell you, for all the trials and tribulations we've had, I've had a ball. There have been some very painful moments, no doubt. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, I've had a great time.
Yeah. Same, baby.
I really mean it. We had days where we drove from Chicago to bring all of the tools back because we truly filled up the Tundra's back end to the brim with tools. No, we had the cover open and we had to come back with stuff with the cover open. Right? Maybe, whatever.
I don't remember.
And then turned around and went right back to Chicago because the next morning we had something going. Oh, we had to look at countertops. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a shit fucking storm of a life that you and I live.
I know. Are we going to slow down at all? Or are we just going to trade one busy complication with another busy complication? Or are we actually going to slow down? You have been reading more because you started a book club with 2 of your 3 children.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. You're on your 4th book?
Fourth book. Yeah.
4th book. So you've been reading more. I don't read
Yeah.
anything except real estate contracts.
That's true.
No, do you think we'll ever slow down?
I will tell you that you noticed me being happier the other day when the condo was clean, even though we didn't have countertops, where the condo was clean and the bedroom was done. So my biggest issue always has been, prior to meeting you, when I was fixing up Curtis and other things that I lived in, I always wanted my bedroom fixed. So I felt at night and in the morning, I just want to wake up to peace and not chaos. This bedroom here is a wreck. It's a mess. We could use all new furniture in here, but my instinct tells me,
Always want all new furniture.
I know what my instinct says.
Always.
We're going
always.
to, and not to.
Use that word in your relationship and it maintains healthy. Just say always or you never. That's first rule of thumb to a successful relationship.
You know what's funny? I never say always.
I always say never.
You always do. Do I think we're going to slow down? Let me ask you the question.
So
That's not the question I was going to ask, but let me ask you the question.
You were going to ask if we're going to slow down?
I'm very nervous right now.
You are?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm
You have
drinking
something to
a
tell me?
turmeric drink, and I'm so concerned that if I just spill it, it stains something forever. I'm
Oh, it
holding
would
2 hands
stain
with it.
everything. Yes,
I'm
you
drinking
never
golden
get.
milk.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead. Do you think we'll ever slow down?
Not so much. No, I don't think we will. I think it is both of our spirits to have adventures. I mean, we leave for London in 2 weeks? Don't shake your turmeric. Don't.
Stirring it up.
No.
Okay, sorry.
No. We leave for London. So we're going to slow down on the remodel. This is something in the entirety of our relationship, which I know is only 5 years, almost 6.
No, it'll be 5 this
It'll
summer.
be 5 this July. So
July
in our
6th is when you sent me a dick pic. It was weird.
I
was like,
wait
well,
until the second date before I send you
whatever
my
she's
dick pic.
into. Hey, here's a nice dick I like.
The entirety of our relationship has involved remodeling.
Has revolved
Around remodeling. Or involved remodeling
That's
is
what
a better
yeah.
way. That's what I meant
Yeah,
to say.
I think so.
And that is stressful.
Yeah.
I think 85% of our arguments are related to remodeling.
And the other 15 are your mistakes.
Well, it's when you fuck up.
There we go.
Yep.
Swing for the fences.
It's when you get it wrong. Maybe occasionally I get it wrong. Maybe. But I'm so cute that you should just look past it. And it's true.
It's so true. And you,
But
give it up a lot, which I should be grateful for.
Okay. And we're 12 again.
And we're at 12.
So yes, I would like to pause on the remodeling. I mean, we said that the last time, and then we bought this 1-bedroom condo, and we gutted it to a degree that was even more intense than the house we spent 3 years remodeling.
We had to redo the entire electrical, and we had to rebuild a wall.
In a high-rise condo in the city of Chicago, which I don't ever want to do again. Because the
logistics were tough.
The
for that.
logistics are so hard, getting
doubt.
up and down an elevator with all of your debris and your dry. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I would love to push pause on that and just live in our get our 2 homes set. Of course, like you already mentioned, we have stuff to do here that, needs to be brought up to date. So over the next few years, kind of check some of those boxes, but no mad rush into anything.
No, I don't.
So,
I feel the reason we were pressured for the downtown, the second unit in Chicago, was because it was a full gut. I mean, it was a train wreck of a place when we bought it, which we like, no doubt. You and I look at the worst of properties and drool because we see
uglier
potential.
The better.
Yeah,
potential.
It's just that
get it for less and spend years putting your touch on it and reap a reward.
It's just it's interesting. We're both 60 now, and
what?
Yeah, and I'm just more physically tired. We had to tear apart 2 inches of tile off the ground that was poured, that was connected to concrete.
Yeah.
We had to truly tear down almost every wall. And I'm just physically tired is my point. And I'm so excited because we literally got the blinds delivered to us so we can have the bedroom will be done by this week. The sconces will be held. I know this is like flex problems and we caused our own problems. We should have been done a month and a half ago. Our electrical group really delayed shit like crazy. They weren't as reliable. And still, that's the part of being a GC. You have to navigate all these pieces. Where I'm going is that the bedroom is done. The countertops are coming in. By the time we get back from our trip in June, on June 10th, I do feel comfortably that we can just live there then. And then when it comes to this place, all I'd like to do for this place right now is just keep it clean. Right? The office is a mess. Our bedroom's a mess. It's because we're transient so much that we can't just have a clean place.
It's really organizational.
It's
stuff.
like hanging up these pictures that are in front of us now. And that's setting some time aside to say, like we did today, let's get the studio ready, be done with it. Let's get the bedroom ready, be done with it. Not remodeling. We don't have to. Each bathroom needs a full makeover, I believe. I don't know if you feel the same way. But
yes,
we don't have to
I
do those.
Right.
And we could...
No, everything functions.
If we were forced to sell this place too, we wouldn't have to do any of that stuff.
Right.
We could say as is, right? And we'd still do well. If we had to rent this place out, we would probably make a few changes to upgrade it. I guess my point is, by the end of June, so the second half of the year, I'd like just to have both places to live because I think that's what we're really missing.
Yeah.
What I'm truly worried about is that I'm going to talk about myself first. I don't do well without having something to do. And while there's work and there's your work, I think the problem you and I have, we like fixing up homes. Like we like that.
Yeah, we just got to learn to not argue during the remodel. Do you think we can do that?
I don't think you listen very well. That's the problem.
There it is. Yes. Because you want me to go, yes, Jack. Okay, Jack.
Let me put it to you this way. I'm being very serious. We didn't get into a fight over hanging these pictures because I truly didn't understand what you were trying to do. Mm-hmm. And so we went back out there, and I think you felt for me that I really didn't understand it. Mm-hmm. And when you said it, I said, can we do it like this? Because this just makes me more comfortable. And I said, because what you're trying to do is X. And you said, sure. And I went, okay, now I get it. Mm-hmm. So we both got what we wanted. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. Did you feel that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I tried a different approach.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. I stayed calm.
You did. Because normally you get bent.
Yes.
And I get frustrated.
Yes.
Correct. Mm-hmm. So I try to convert my frustration into tactics, which is, hey, let me understand this better.
Which is what?
Tactics, like the very specifics.
Yeah.
And that made me go, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And in the process, you understood what I was thinking by me doing that. Mm-hmm. And then you went up there and I went, I think you got it. And then we just sat here and got it done. So I think we're getting better.
I like to believe we are. That's the thing. We both got to show up, right? Let's tell the story of what I started doing yesterday, matching your anchor.
I don't even know how it started. Someone cut us off.
You were like swearing at somebody, and I chimed in and basically parroted. I don't know.
Didn't they cut us off or something?
You were like,
the fuck?
What the fuck, asshole? In the car in Chicago, which happens every block. That happens when you're driving in Chicago. I put my hand up.
I got a way to turn that feature off.
Okay. All right. So
we
had a little pause.
Right.
But yeah, you were bitching at somebody in Chicago on the, I was driving, and I think I was driving, yeah. And you bitched and I chimed in. I matched your energy. And I was like, yeah, asshole, what the hell? And I just like laid it on thick and exaggerated, and you were laughing, and it totally diffused your anger, didn't it?
It diffused my anger. That doesn't mean I liked it.
I think you liked it.
I didn't like it. It might have diffused my anger.
But so that's going to be my thing now.
Just yelling when I yell?
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Don't.
What?
I have some topics for us.
Okay, let's shoot. Enough jibber jabber.
Let me see what I got. And I'm going to edit out that thing that happened.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Okay. Several ideas here. One of the ones that I want to talk about, which I don't know if I'm going to list them out and you tell me which ones you like.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me. I've been keeping a list.
Can you edit out that belch too? You just let loose into the microphone?
Does that still look good, or do I got to fix that? I got to... Oh. What just happened?
You pointed at it.
Oh, God dang it. This is killing me. Okay, we're back. Here we go. I have a bunch of topics. So you have to tell me which ones you like.
Okay.
Okay?
Let her roll. Don't point. Don't raise your hand.
I don't know why I even pointed in the first place. That looks good, though. It's a good picture, isn't it?
It is. It looks great. You did a great job on the set.
We're 4K, so our wrinkles are going to come crashing through.
I don't like that.
All right, ready? Mom Talk.
Mom Talk?
Yeah, that was the documentary I watched about the moms in Utah.
I didn't see that, did I? Did I see Mom Talk? I didn't see Mom Talk.
No, I did. I was talking to you about it. It was those crazy Utah women.
All right.
Jack complaining about Kathy truck driving. Parenting conversation with Travis Mary. You told me to put that one on. Parenting conversation.
What?
Watching the Manosphere. That documentary.
Ugh.
Loving energy from near-death experience on Instagram. That was yours. I don't know what that means. This is yours again. Kathy and Emily charity event, not telling Jack.
What?
Yep.
I don't know what any of these are.
Yeah, well, I'm just a list that you gave me.
And I gave you?
Well, things that you would say, that's a podcast. And I'd
Oh,
type
I
it out
think
really
next
fast.
time write down some more details.
Oh, I figured you'd. I shouldn't read.
When you write them down and we're still like, I don't know.
Age
I don't know what
age
that
of
is.
attraction.
That
thought
was
we'd
a
talk
good
about
one.
that.
Okay, we can talk about that.
All right.
Yeah. You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's kind of, we have a personal relationship with it.
Yeah, it was an interesting concept, another reality show thing. And we had two, one of the contestants, or one of the participants, I should say. And I knew Aaron and Teresa. And yeah, so it made it extra fun to watch.
Yeah. You don't just know of them, you know them.
Yes,
Correct.
yes. I've known them for many, many years. They're both wonderful. Well, Aaron is based in Wisconsin and Teresa is based in Chicago. And so, yeah, it was very fun to watch. And the concept of Age of Attraction is that they pull together single people of all ages and they put them in social gatherings all together as a big group, if I'm understanding this correctly, for like 2 weeks, right?
It might be
And
less than
then-
that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the
And
details, but whatever.
then some, pairing. I got to not use my hands right now because the camera will go nuts.
I got to fix that.
I know, because I want to talk with my
Oh,
hands.
I'm with you. I got to figure out how to turn that off.
And they pair up, and then I forget, was it like 8 different couples were chosen to follow, and then at the end of the first 2 weeks, they sit down and they reveal their ages to each other, and there were often shocking discrepancies between their ages, right? Like there was one where the gentleman was 60, our age.
Yeah, and she was 20.
And she was
something.
24.
4 maybe.
Yeah. And that didn't work. Go figure.
Keep going.
But yeah, so it's so fascinating, and the idea is love truly blind to age?
To age, yes.
To age.
Is
love
age
truly
irrelevant, right.
Yeah, is age irrelevant? And oh man, I do not think it is. I think the huge takeaway is that age does matter. And if it doesn't matter right now, it will. It will.
Well, the hosts were 20 years apart. Did you know that? Or
Yes.
maybe like 18?
I mean, that's why and they got married and have children and all that good stuff.
Celine Dion was married to a guy that was basically her father.
And where is he now? He
Well,
passed away years ago.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's one of the trade-offs, right?
yeah.
Is the older person has a very good chance of passing away much sooner than the other person. I have a scratch on my head. Can I scratch my head?
Only with your elbow. This camera is an amazing 4K camera, but it has hand controls. So you could literally give it commands by raising your hand. It'll zoom in and out. It's crazy cool.
It's a good looking picture.
It's great. So I'm going to keep playing the at the opposite advocate here. Because if you
Devil's
don't believe in
advocate.
God, why would you believe in the devil, right? So
Probably.
You look at Celine Dion, for example, and her husband. There's several relationships that have worked. She truly was in love with him.
No doubt.
And so we're all going to die at some point, could be the argument, right? Just because you're the same age doesn't mean someone wouldn't die sooner than expected.
For sure.
And so there's this weird part of me that apparently there was some quote that I saw online. This is related to this weird part of me from Charlize Theron, who's going around lately on talk shows and podcasts talking about how she loves not being married and she enjoys, I think she has kids, so she enjoys her family, but she said the beauty of my life right now is if I want to be with an older man, if I want to be with a younger man. Hell, I was just with a 23-year-old recently. And so I guess if people want that joie de vivre type of life, does age really matter? Right? The ironic thing is, in all of this, age did matter. What really came out of it is no one is really truly together from that show. Right? It's not as
I
though...
don't know that, but you might be right. I don't know that. I didn't do my research on the follow-up. So there might be couples that stayed together. I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel that if Teresa were a guest on our show, I don't want to speak for her and I don't want to put bad vibes out there. I think what she would argue is not that John's age got in the way. John's maturity got in the way. Now, that may go hand in hand. However, there are some very young kids who are quite mature for their age.
He seemed quite mature, I thought. I thought he seemed pretty classy, although he was, I think, still living at home.
Until she found out after the fact that he was living at home. He didn't
Yeah.
share stuff with her like that.
Yeah.
That's, to
Yeah,
me,
that's a
not
big-
being... Well, it's not being a real
Yeah.
man. Even if you're 24 years old, you should be able to say, hey, look, dude, I'm living at home. So he hid things from her. And so then it starts to get into the... That's where now it goes from my point of view. He's a younger guy going, I got myself a cougar. Because Teresa's hot. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm getting at? Now, maybe that's not fair to either one of them to put that kind of judgment out there, right? That's not fair. Your body language is saying that's not fair to say that.
I give them the benefit of the doubt. From what I've viewed, I mean, we don't know anything, right? They lived it, so only they could really speak. And I think you get a very you just get an overview of the whole story. You don't really know the whole story, but I got the impression that they both really cared about each other, and they tried to see if it could work because they both thought the other person was really freaking cool and really interesting. And I do have a belief that I was going to use my hands again. I do have a belief that sometimes people are in our lives for just a few chapters, like maybe it's not a forever. Some people are looking for a forever partner. I certainly was.
Still looking, right?
Still looking, yes. Might get there. And, but I say...
I'm right here. This is our podcast.
And so... Yeah, I think not everybody's looking for a forever. And sometimes those chapters are written and it's not a mistake. It's not a regret, And that's how I think it was for maybe those two. Is they're like, you know what? That was a really cool experience. And I'm glad I got to know that person.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work out. Usually the younger person oftentimes wants children and the older person has already done all that. And when I look back at when you and I met, I found it so awesome that you and I were the same age and that our kids were the same ages and just our history. I mean, we graduated high school the same year. I love that common ground.
I do too. That's very important to me. Here is my final take on what I saw from both of them. This is going to come off as pretty judgmental. Mm-hmm. And it's relative to the experience I had with you when I met you. I had decided, and I've said on this podcast 1 billion times if I've said it once, that if you want things to be different in your life, you're the common denominator. You have to change. You can't expect your circumstances to change, your relationship to change if you don't have an active role in that. Because you're you're in everything you do in your life, whether it's work relationships, family, intimacy, you're the only one that's there all the time.
Yeah.
So if you want outcomes to be different, you have to look pretty intently at yourself. Mm-hmm. So I did that when I went on my sojourn prior to meeting you after the breakup. Went out to Colorado and Arizona. I keep talking about this on the podcast. And one thing I came back with was I'm going to be brutally myself and brutally honest. So if I've done some things in my past and you ask about that, like if you ask me, do you smoke pot? In the past, I might have downplayed it because I was concerned how someone may perceive pot. Mm-hmm. In my last relationship prior to you, I made it look like, I just did it occasionally. Not that I do it a lot,
No, you don't at all.
But if I wanted to, I was reluctant to. Never did for a year and a half with that person unless I was away and out of town. So I kept it away from them because they didn't like it. And I thought to myself, that's fucked up. Like when this was all said and done, I acquiesced so much of myself. The challenge I have in watching that show, particularly with John and Teresa, was they both withheld things that I felt was wrong. She didn't tell him that she had kids the same age. She didn't feel that that was necessary. She was adamant about it. He didn't tell her that he lived at home with his parents. Since the beginning of meeting you, we had an incredibly intense conversation. We were high one night and shared a lot within the first, month of knowing one another. Remember we sat there on the couch and just barfed about our pasts and our histories. And you had said, and I had said, we had never shared that kind of stuff with someone else before.
Yeah.
And we shared, in essence, all of our mistakes, our vulnerabilities, our rawness. But we did that right away.
More or less put our shit on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, with the attitude of, hey, I've got to hear you say some things that might make me uncomfortable. I got to decide if I'm okay with it, and vice versa. I just felt in watching the show that it wasn't the age that affected things. It was the ability to say, this is really who I am. Now, that's all we saw on TV, though, right? And that's all we hear in subsequent podcasts. But
are you saying you don't think that the age was a factor?
I think they both played a role in why age could have not been a factor. They could have gotten past the age thing if they were just... Because I keep looking at Celine Dion. And she was basically a teenager when he met her. He's clearly way older. But he was a kind man and truly loved her, and et cetera and so on. So yeah, I think age becomes a factor when you hide age as a factor. That's really what I'm getting at. When you pretend that it's not, it is a factor. And so I felt that hiding from what everyone sees, to me, it's no different than what homosexual relationships endure, that they have to hide from it. And those are the types of things, I'm not nearly equating the two, age gaps to homosexual relationships and the challenges in social settings. But I just watched that show and I felt there were, I think, yes, age differences. I think age gaps can work. I do. I really do. You just have to be really vulnerable and accept those things. And when I watched that show, I'm not sure everybody was. Do you know what I mean? Like the one girl who really liked that black guy who was, he was 40 and she was 26 and they got along really well. He found out later that she lived in a sorority still. Like she didn't share that stuff. You know, that's the shit that I don't give a shit if you're 2 years apart, 2 months apart, or 20 years apart. That's, you know what I'm getting at? Yeah. You're deep in thought right now. What are you thinking?
Yeah. No, I'm just intensely concentrating on what you're saying and imagining what that must be like. Like, oh, let me come visit you at school and you're in a sorority house. That's just such a gap, you know? I don't know. I think age is always a factor, whether or not it keeps the relationship, whether or not it makes the relationship fall apart. Maybe it doesn't always make it all fall apart, but I think it's always a factor. It's a tough one to ignore. Like there's always something then that you're having to make an allowance for, you know, that you have to.
Well, I dated someone that was almost 11 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And the reason... I
dated someone, as we know.
Yeah.
Significantly younger.
The hardest part for me, there were really two challenges. I remember the night we broke up. Can I go down this path?
Go down whatever path. It's our podcast.
It's our podcast.
Do whatever you want. We'll check with the producers.
Yeah, they're director.
Cool. Are you guys good? Good?
Just keep our hands steady.
Don't point.
I've never held onto this chair so hard in my life. You can talk about why you ended your year gaps, your multi-year gap relationship. Like I can tell you about mine at least. She had a 10-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. And so my brain went, my youngest is 19.
At the time.
He's in college. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm prepared to go through someone getting their period, prom or 8th grade graduation, freshman year, getting the driver's license. Because my brain went, by the time she goes away to college in 8 years from now, oh my God, I could be a grandfather, which, by the way, happened.
Yeah.
Right? And now I've got this little one here. Then I was fearful that maybe she would want more kids.
Yeah,
right?
Which is so not what you wanted.
Never again. No. I can't go through that again. Not that it was bad. Like I'm just...
No, we're just in a different stage. Yeah, we don't want kids.
And then, maybe I told you this, but the thing that hit me the most, she's a wonderful woman. She really was. She was a nice woman, and I wish nothing but the best for everyone I've ever gone out with. I really mean it. I think you feel the same way. You don't wish ill on...
No, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to one of her friends, so she had coworkers, and most of her coworker friends were younger. So she had a couple that were 45. She was 39. 40. She had a couple that were 45, 46, but no one was 50, 51.
Yeah.
Right? And then most of her friends were 30, 35, 32. Right? Just that's the age she was working with. And she's telling me about this guy, a friend of hers who's in a band, and he's going to be there. And you really should meet him because maybe you could open for him. Great. Love the fact that there was support there. And I meet this guy and he's 27 years old. And I'm going, why the fuck would he hire a 50-year-old to open for him? Like, I'm not even in their genre. And then when he started talking to me, there was a lot of dudes and living in a van and, you know, we're just scraping by. And I'm an executive at a company. And it felt, I know it sounds judgmental.
No, I think what you're doing, and not to me, it doesn't sound, you're just painting the picture of how different those pictures are.
I saw your hand going up. Well, I was that person at one point. I was 27. I was 25 years old when I worked for the Chicago Tribune for $14,000.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, so I was so far past that stage of life that I felt like an uncle when I was talking to him, not a peer, which is normal, right? As you get older, that feels normal. The age gap doesn't matter as much. But what made it worse is that it was at a party for someone that had just bought their first house. And everyone there was really young.
Yeah.
And I'm at the time was 52.
Yeah.
And I was ready to start thinking about vacations in Europe. And
no doubt.
I'm 10 years away from retiring and I'm putting plans in. They're just trying to figure out how to get mulch in their front yard.
Right.
And they didn't even have kids.
Yeah. You know, the other thing that I think is a factor for me in dating somebody my age is, you know, physically our bodies grow older. So the fact that we're kind of both at the same place with that makes sense to me. Like, we're both aging, we're both getting more wrinkles, we're both slowing down a little bit. We've noticed when we work out, we don't have the same amount of energy. We notice that we're both like tired at 8:30.
And ironically,
we're going out to dinner at 5.
And yet we are both in incredible shape for our age.
We're both doing really well health-wise. Knock on wood. But that to me matters. Like I think when I was dating somebody younger, I was more conscientious of like, oh gosh, I look a lot older than these, like looks. I look a lot older than these people. And one of the things that my partner at that time would say to me is like, it doesn't bother me because you don't act your age. You don't look your age. You don't seem your age. And I remember thinking internally like,
but it bothers me.
Right now, I might not. But give me 5 years and I'll probably be slower and my knee hurts.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, you know, because your early 50s are far different than your late 50s, early 60s, as we now know.
I
That's a
felt
big
from
shift.
58 to 60, I suddenly felt, because that's when we were really doing a lot of work at the house.
Yeah.
And then when we did work at the condo, just a year had passed. I was like, and I remember feeling after tearing apart the floor, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Mm-hmm. My knees were killing me. My back for days would hurt. Mm-hmm. Let me rewind and get back to something, and then I want to ask you a question about this. And then we'll wrap this up, unless you want to keep going. Getting back to that story I was telling you about when all that happened, we get in the car, and she said, "What did you think of my friends?" And inside, I want to let you know, my stomach is turning.
Yeah.
Because I'm going,
This doesn't feel right.
This isn't going to work.
Nothing about this feels right.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not assimilating here. My brain went to trying to imagine all of my friends over and her friends over at the same time at some sort of party at my house,
Yeah.
right?
And meanwhile, your friend's children went to school with her friends.
Right.
Or something, right? Like,
my kids know her friends.
Yes, right.
Right. And I'm going, I wasn't comfortable about it. But here's what I said that just blurted out and caused a fight. And that's when we pulled into her driveway. I said the following: I don't think this is fair to either one of us because I can't see a future. Mm-hmm. This has been fun. I just can't see this as a future that I want. Mm-hmm. I don't want to raise another kid. Mm-hmm. And I probably should have thought that through before I started going out with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in this circle of your friends with people who are just getting homes when I've got friends that are buying boats for retirement.
Yeah.
That's really where I want to be.
Yeah.
But it was predicated because we're driving in the car and she asked, "Hey, did you like everybody?" Because it was really the first time I met a huge swath of friends.
Yeah.
In fact, ironically, I hung out and got along more with her mom sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we were more closer-ish.
Yeah, in age. Mm-hmm.
And, or at least had been through things together, right? Mm-hmm. Or similarly. But we're driving, we're maybe 2 miles from her, 3-4 miles from the house. She goes, "What did you think of my friends? Really, what did you think of them?" And I'm like, "God, they were all really cool kids."
Yeah.
Because to me, they were.
Yeah.
I'm 52 years old. There's a 27-year-old that I'm talking to. That's
right.
25 years younger than me.
Right.
That's a kid.
Did she pick up on your use of kids?
That's what she was livid about.
Yeah.
They're not kids. And I
Yeah.
went, "But they are to me."
They are to me. They're the age of my children.
And I got
more or
you
less.
have to get over that. This is something you've got to get used to. They're just adults like you are. And I remember saying, "But they're not adults like I am."
But they were younger than she was, right? By a good
That's
10
what I'm
years?
saying. At this party, there were a 41-year-old. She was 39.
Yeah.
And then it was like 36, 32, and then a few 27-year-olds. And we were at the 27-year-olds' grand opening of their house they just bought. And these are her really, really close friends. The type of thing where we've heard so much about you. And
Yeah.
I remember being in the bathroom, going to the bathroom and looking at myself going, I feel like I'm supervising my daughter's event. So I say that to you because oh God, I almost did it. Where I want to end with you is kind of here. While those age gaps that you experienced were valid and everything else, and while I appreciate age gaps possibly working, for me it was just stage of life stuff. And the challenge I think for people out there dating who are older, who get divorced later in life in their 50s, I think it's true for men and women. And this is going to sound shallow, but people stop taking care of themselves when you get in your mid-40s. And I understand why. Because kids, jobs, everything else like that. And so, again, this is going to come off as shallow. I like the way I look physically, but it's not about the way I look physically. It's that at 60 years old, I still have more energy than most 45-year-old men. You see a lot of men my age who just don't take care of themselves. Right? Are you seeing where I'm going with this?
Yeah, well, you're going to that's a whole nother topic almost,
but
right?
I think this is why for some women like Teresa who are really fit and active and energetic.
She takes very, very good care of herself.
So does Erin. They're in great shape. They're
beautiful women.
But their beauty is this is going to sound like I'm being shallow, like it's only looks that matter. I don't mean it that way. Their beauty is that they want to continue to live a full and energetic life. Mm-hmm. And I feel as we get older, our friend Hugh, who we've talked about often, lost a lot of weight. And he realized that he wasn't taking care of himself, and now he looks fantastic. When you watch Age of Attraction, someone like Teresa is going to be hard-pressed to find someone like me because we're not as prevalent. There's not as many 60-year-old men. Maybe they got a fuck ton of money. Maybe they've got other bells and whistles that make them attractive. But she's an energy person. So John's going to match her energy. Same with you. You and I wanted energy dates. I needed to go out with women who could get up and go on a 20-mile bike ride. And that tends to be a look, no doubt, for sure. Where I'm going is I feel it's harder as you get older to date someone your age. If you're a fit, active, maybe I'm wrong when I say that. And you're giving me a look right now that you think I'm being really bad and judgmental. I just look at Teresa and John and go, and plus I've seen Teresa, we've been following Teresa for years. So you see her personal pages. She's all about energy. Mm-hmm. She's all about hanging out. And so I can't see most men our age keeping up with her. That's why I believe the Age of Attraction stuff could work. Because you're matching your energy needs. Is that...
Yeah, I could see, yeah, point being like, many points you made, but someone that is older but still so vital and takes such good care of themselves, to find a contemporary that is of that same energy level can be hard to find, which is probably why they end up with somebody younger than they are, because they're not ready to slow down. They're not watching TV all the time and, sitting around. Which,
by the way, is so okay if you don't want to do that. When
I think your point is the pool can get very small because a lot of people don't take care of themselves as they get older.
Well,
so
it's
when you're single,
hard
to try to find somebody to keep up with you.
It is hard at our age. When we went to the doctor for our physicals for our insurance, remember, they all have said, you're not nothing. The two of you are on no meds whatsoever.
Right.
Most people, as they get to 60, are on something.
Yes.
It is hard to maintain this physical life that we maintain because it requires a certain level of eating well. It requires a certain level of commitment to exercise.
Yeah.
Fuck, I just bought a brand new mountain bike. Right? And you and I went on a long mountain bike this week and we've walked 10 miles. Full circle, that's why I think...
Now, granted, things hurt a little bit afterwards.
Yeah, but we're still doing it.
Yes.
When my grandson says, chase me around the backyard and you and I can do that, I don't want to stop doing it. Hugh this week said to us, I want to be that 80-year-old grandfather that can still chase him. And he said, this is the first time I couldn't keep up with... Remember he said I couldn't catch my grandson who's 6.
Yeah.
Normally you can catch him.
Yeah, because they're getting faster.
Right. So he couldn't catch him. That's why, full circle, I have more empathy for Teresa in wanting a younger man. Because when you look at her, forget how pretty she is and the obvious physical cues. She has an energy about her.
Yes.
That she's going to want someone to get up early in the morning and go for a run in Paris and then have coffee and maybe take a nap, but then stay out and go out to a nice dinner. You can only do that by... Am I making sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I think it's harder when you get older to find someone that really matches if you're that energy level. I'm not saying people who have less energy can't find people of less energy.
Right.
But that's what the picture of you that attracted me most to you, that made me most want to go, because you hid your previous model experience very well in your online profile. The one picture that was most interesting to me was the one of you hiking.
Yeah, in South Dakota.
Yeah, because I went, she's got the gear, she hikes, that's what I want. You said the same thing when you, oh my God, I almost put my hand up. You said the same thing when you saw the picture of me in Colorado.
You were hiking in Colorado. Yes, you were on a mountaintop.
So that's why I feel Age of Attraction works.
Yeah. Awesome.
There was the topic. We got to figure out what these other topics are, or I've got to actually take better notes.
Yes, I think that's the key. Because you were like, I'll remember. You usually do remember everything.
This is written months ago.
Because some of your notes, I'm like, not even ringing a bell. Like, no bell.
Would you ever want to have Teresa and Aaron on the podcast again? I mean, we had Aaron on once before. Want to. I mean, I don't know why they'd be on our podcast because no one listens to it.
Exactly.
Right. Maybe they do it out of pure friendship.
Yeah.
This was good to get back in the studio.
It was.
May I ask a closing question?
Yeah.
Highlights, lowlights, looking forward to this week. What are you
this
looking forward
week?
to? Yep. Let's look forward. What are you excited about?
Well, a highlight of today is seeing my parents for their 63rd wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary today, Mom and Dad, May 18th. Yep. 63 years ago. Amazing. We won't see 63. But what else this week?
Could you imagine if we lived to 113 years old, both of us, and we see 63? Fucked up. And I'm still
that
mountain
would be
biking.
Crazy. That doesn't sound actually good.
The mountain bike at 113? Living that long.
Living that long.
Oh, that's sad. I want as many days with you as possible.
Well, thank you, baby. I want them to be some quality days, though. I don't want just a body.
The reason I'm asking your stuff that you're
High
looking forward
lows.
Yeah, well, what you're looking forward to is because remember I told you I listened to a podcast where a woman said she's only going to go out with friends who want to create memories, not talk about what they used to do.
Yeah.
And so what memories do you want to create this week? What are you looking forward to?
Probably, hopefully getting outside a little more today and you and I leaning into the spring, like we went for a bike ride.
Okay.
I'd like to pick up our tennis rackets again. So that kind of thing.
Swing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just enjoying ourselves and having the remodel behind us and being able to focus on basically work and play, not work, play, remodel. Okay. So work and play.
I am looking forward to the blinds going up because it's hard to sleep.
Yeah, in Chicago.
In Chicago, with the city lights just
and
glaring.
Your new bed.
What's that?
Your new bed.
And the new mattress.
Yeah.
Because that mattress
which
is
we
awful.
have yet to
it was
find.
A bad move on my part. It was a bad decision. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to your 60th birthday party at Jenny's.
Oh, yeah, my belated 60th. Yep, that's next Saturday. That'll be fun.
Those are memories. I can't wait. I want to make sure we can see Laura and everybody on Sunday, maybe at the lake house. So I want to do that. Mm-hmm. And then maybe on Monday, having some time in the city just for us.
All right.
And then looking forward to our London trip.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep making memories.
Yeah. Less than 2 weeks.
So we can't do peace because
We can't.
No, we can.
What happens if we both do peace?
It'll move the camera. It'll go back and forth between whichever person picks up first. So
Should we try it?
So on that note, we're gonna say goodbye. Ready? We'll do it really fast.
Are we doing peace?
Yeah, but maybe we just do it like down. See, look at my hand down here. Like, see, just do it like that.
Peace.
Right. On that note,
peace.
Peace.
You just listened to another episode of the Jack and Kathy Shit Show. All recording, engineering, and production provided by us. Connect with the podcast on Instagram at Jack and Kathy Shit Show for more insight into our shit show of a life. This episode is proudly brought to you by Pint Productions.
Point.